We are live. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, my people. We're live on YouTube. Today, we're here pretty much very early. We need to catch the vibes. Welcome in. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you like the stream. We are going to do a quick weekly analysis, daily analysis, all of that good stuff. All right. So make sure you lock in. Make sure you lock in, guys. Because we are good to go. All right. So give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Let's make sure everything is working as it should. Let me know in the chat if the sound is good. Let me know in the chat if the visuals are okay as well. All right. We have to make sure everything is working as it should before we get going. But welcome in. Hope you guys had a good weekend. It is a Monday. It's a Monday, guys, and Mondays, start of the week. Let's see what the market has to offer. Okay, let's see what the market has to offer. First of all, when I start the month or when I start the week, I actually look at what news releases that we have on the calendar. Okay, I want to make sure that there are no surprises when I'm trading. So Monday, President Trump speaks at 2:50 p.m. That is like 10 minutes. Wait, yeah, no. 10:50 is like way after our session, so we don't have to really worry about that. Okay. On Tuesday we have orange folder. Wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong. I'm looking at. Hold on, guys. I'm looking at the wrong thing. So today is the 3rd of August, right? So 3rd of August we have red folder news. Red folder news at 10 a.m. Which welcome in. We have 10 a.m. news, ISM manufacturing, which could move the markets. We also have ISM manufacturing prices at the same time. On Tuesday, we have Jolt's job openings. That is also another. Is it? Nah, that's orange folder. So it wouldn't really influence crazy moves in the markets. On Wednesday, we have ADP non-farm employment change. All right, that's at 8:15. And then at 10 a.m., we have ISM services PMI. Thursday, we have unemployment claims at 8:30 Eastern time, which is 12:30 Ghana time. Then on Friday, we have NFP. Okay, we have NFP on Friday at 12:30 Ghana time and 8:30 New York time. All right, so the only high impact news releases this week are on Monday and Friday. Okay, so today hopefully we'll get some nice price action, and also on Friday crazy moves, right, based on NFP. So welcome in. I hope you guys had a good weekend. This weekend I think I just took it easy as always, right? It's good to just sometimes de-stress, right? Just forget about everything going on. It helps reduce your stress, and you come into the week with a clear mindset, ready to go, right? We are absolutely ready to go, guys. If this is your first time joining the stream, make sure you are liking the stream. Make sure you are following. That's very important for the stream, right? Make sure you're following. So we're live. Oh, these guys have already started. You've already started sending signals. That's crazy. You've already started sending signals into the what do you call it? Into the chat. All right, guys. Welcome in, guys. Let me know what you guys trade. We trade the NASDAQ and we also look at other pairs like gold. So let me know what you guys actually trade. I'd love to know. Thanks for the likes, Blacks. Like the live stream. Appreciate you, Black. All right, so I'm making sure that your comments are right here for me. I'm making sure I can see all your comments, making sure that we are absolutely ready to go. We're going to do a quick analysis on the NASDAQ. We're going to do a quick analysis on gold as well. Give me 1 second. All right. What are we going for? Yeah, so we're going to do a pretty quick analysis on the NASDAQ and on gold as well, and maybe S&P 500. So, all right, but I am bearish based on what I've seen so far. I am bearish on both the NASDAQ and gold. All right, on both the NASDAQ and gold. So yeah, guys, we're live on TikTok, we're live on the Red app. Make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're following. Let's jump right into it. Let's jump right into it, guys. Okay. All right. So this Sunday, the market opened and it created a huge gap to the upside. I've created a huge gap to the upside. Market closed right here and it opened up here, leaving a huge gap. Now, what I do is when I have a gap, when the market creates a huge gap, I'm actually anticipating that the market is going to come back to fill that gap before it does whatever the hell it wants to do. Now, on Friday, okay, this strong aggressive push down was telling us that the market is bearish. Okay, and now it opens up with a gap. What is it telling me? There's a huge um, probability that the market is going to continue to head down. And what would you do when it's going to head down? It's obviously going to fill this gap, right? So if you were someone who actually trades in the night, like during the Asia session, is literally very late for me, so I'm not able to trade the Asia or trade the London, right? So what is happening right now? We're actually filling that gap. Okay, we're actually filling. We haven't completely filled it yet. Okay, we still have quite a few pips, a few points to go to completely fill the gap. So for today's session, I will be looking for a sweep. I'll be looking at a sweep to the upside. I want to see price sweep liquidity to the upside. And liquidity sits at obvious highs, right, and lows. Now, if I look at price action, there are so many highs and lows right here. Okay, multiple highs and lows. So that's when you have to go to the high time frame, go to the 30-minute, and it'll look a little cleaner on the 30-minute, right? And on the 30-minute, if I look above, I see this obvious high sitting right here. Okay, this obvious high sitting right here. So I'm just going to mark this out as liquidity. Okay, so that's how I do my analysis. If you're stuck to the 3 minute or the 1 minute trying to figure out structure, you might be in trouble. Okay, you might you might really be in trouble. So let's take this off so it's a little clean. So all I'm waiting for is I have this 30-minute level mark, right? I'm just going to go down to the 3 minute, and when the market opens, right, I just wait to see price move to that level, okay? Sweep that particular high, and then I'm looking for certain things that would indicate that price is now starting to turn around, all right? So it's pretty simple. We just mark our levels on the high time frame, we go down to the lower time frames, and then we wait for price to get there. Okay, so that is what it is for, at least for today. At least that's what I'm looking at. Um, that's what I'm looking at. On 30 minutes, it's pretty evident to me that since the open, right, we have been literally moving to close that gap. So that's what I'm actually going to be counting on. Okay. Last week we had an extremely bearish week. Right from the beginning of the week, we started to see that price just wanted lower prices. They just wanted to go lower, right? And you can tell when you go to the 4 hour time frame. What do you see? We had a lot of bearish days last week. On Thursday there was a pullback. That, funny enough, like this is important. Funny enough, that aggressive pullback from on Thursday and Friday, right, could not break above this high. Now, when you see price action struggling to break highs, um, it tells you something, all right? Now, here, if we continue pushing down, yes, we might just be creating a break of structure. So, in my opinion, I just want to, lean towards or be on the side of what I'm seeing. Okay, if the market is bullish, I want to be bullish on the high time frame. All right, if it's bearish, I want to be bearish on the high time frame. All right. Now, on the 30 minute, if you look, you can clearly see the trend, right? You guys are seeing the trend, right? Excuse me. You can tell that we've been breaking lows for quite some time, a couple of weeks now, right? We've been breaking lows. Even though we pull back, we have still been breaking lows, right? Today's a Monday. We're going to be extremely cautious. So again, I like your calm approach to the markets, brother. CCW, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So yeah, as I was saying, you want to be in the same direction as the trend, right? When you do that, you're literally cutting out a lot of the bad trades you're ever going to take, right? The trend alone, right, can prevent you from getting stuck and doing crazy stuff. All right, so we have a couple people in here in the stream. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Let me know what you guys are trading today. All right, so yeah, until we close this gap completely, I will not be looking for a bullish move, even though, to be honest, even though it's looking like um we're looking at a bullish move at this point, right? So I'm going to be very cautious. One important thing is to just wait for what happens at the open. I'm going to mark this as a break of structure, okay? All right, so we're just going to look at what happens at the open. What happens at the open will be extremely relevant to the session, okay? This thing is hard, Papa. Well, yeah, trading is not very is not. I wouldn't say it's easy, right? The technicals, you can easily learn technicals just like you go to school, and you learn technicals. Initially, when I started trading, right, when I look at the charts, it looked like some magic that was happening. It looked crazy. It looked like something that a physician will study or a mathematician will study. until I just understood that hey, candles just show where price is going up, price is going down, like and since then, like looking at the charts is pretty simple, right? So it's not hard. When you learn it, it's not hard. The only thing that is hard is the psychology that comes with it. Right? This thing is wait, NAS 100 US 30. All right, so we'll check out those pairs shortly, okay? What is your drawn liquidity just for the market to close? What is your drawn liquidity just for the market to close the weekly opening gap? Okay, so hold on. I had that level marked the level earlier. Was it on the daily or the weekly? Yeah, so you see the green line up there? That is the weekly draw, but let's see what the daily draw could be. All right, obviously. All right, so this is my draw. Let me just mark it on the daily so we can see. So it means that the liquidity sweep can happen in that direction. So right here. So let me mark it as a red line. Let's go down to the 30-minute and see. Okay, so what do we have there? Yeah. So we do have Friday's high. Is a Friday's high? Yes, we do have Friday's high. So it means that if the market opens and it starts aggressively pushing to the upside, it shouldn't, like, we should just wait until that level is swept, right? And see what happens. See what kind of reaction we get. Okay. But that's a good question you've asked, CCW. If you're looking at it from that perspective, then ideally we want to see price get here. Okay. But in order for price to get there, I want to get that gap completely filled. Okay. So what we're going to wait for is the open. If let's go down to the lower time frame. So I'm usually on the lower time frames at the open. I want to see what price is racing towards. All right. So we do have this portion of the gap that is unfilled. Okay. Right here. Okay. So this gap is unfilled. It's part of the entire gap, but this is the portion that has been left. Okay, so if market opens, we dig down into this and we start to see the immediate recovery, then we already know what we're going to do, right? Right. So, let's see. Do you enter NY sessions a few minutes after digestion? Official TS FX Capital. Sorry, I don't understand. Do I enter NY session few minutes after digestion? Few minutes after open, is that what you mean? Yeah, so usually, right, if I'm anticipating, I'm waiting for liquidity sweep, I'll wait a few minutes to see the direction of the sweep before I actually take my trades. How much do you need to support yourself? Message. This biggest Donny guy, bro, you're back here. I thought, okay, okay, all right. No comments. No comments. Rate buy side liquidity before the sell off. Yeah. So if we leave this gap alone, right, and let's say we're aggressively moving towards this high, then once we take out that high, I'll be looking for some kind of immediate reaction, right? Once we get that reaction, then we see what we do. Start watching the price stars at 950, the 950 macro. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And if you're lucky as well, you would be able to catch the NAM manipulation or the manipulation that happens shortly after the 10 a.m. candle opens. Welcome in, welcome in. So we're looking at the NASDAQ. So basically, let's lock this thing in. Let's lock this in. Okay, so the only thing that is a little sketchy right now is pullback that happened on Thursday and Friday. That was a pretty deep pullback. Okay, and we do have sort of relative equal highs here. Okay, so that kind of aligns with the draw. Okay, but in order for us to take the longs, I want to see manipulation to the downside. Okay, so that's what we're going to lock in. Okay, that is what we're going to lock in for today's session. I want us to see us sweep down. We could take out all this liquidity. We could even take out this low, tap into this area, see if we can get a recovery, and then probably have a long way to go until we hit that. But as you know, I just take a piece of the pie. I'm not greedy. Okay, I'm not greedy, so we could do a 1:2 or 1:3. I cap the continuation trades at 1:3, right? Because we are just taking what, a piece of the pie. So if we know that the draw is here and my 1:3 sits here, I'm kind of comfortable because I don't have to sit until we get to this high. Okay. All right, guys, let's look at some other pairs. Okay, let's look at some other pairs. I think someone mentioned US 30, right? US 30, I used to trade US 30 some years ago. US 30 was quite a profitable pair for me. But at some point in time, I feel like it was just too radical. I don't know if it was just that period, but it was that period I learned about the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Okay. And after switching to the NASDAQ, I noticed major differences in how the pairs moved. How the pairs moved. Yes, the US 30, you can make tons of money, but you should also be ready for the losses. All right. All right, let's quickly check in on US 30. Well, you see how different the prices are moving. See how drastically different US 30 is moving from the NASDAQ. So US 30 straight off the rip, the US 30 is telling me that we're absolutely bullish. Right. And why am I saying that? Because on Thursday and Friday, or yeah, Wednesday night into Friday, we took out this low. Okay. And what has happened after taking out the low? Let me mark it out. What has happened after we took out this low? An aggressive push to the upside, breaking above this high. So that is my first bullish signal that, hey, you know, we're bullish. Okay, so I'm just going to mark this out as a change of character, the high time frame. And as you know, price doesn't move up. It doesn't just move up straight up. Like it doesn't just go in one direction. It doesn't, like, it pulls back. Okay. So if you're looking for the best area for pullback to stop or to get a continuation to the upside, you can use a Fibonacci, you can use gaps, you can use whatever entry model you want to use or you do use. For me, I usually would like to see a pullback of 50% of the range. That is the safest, and usually 50% of the range, you're going to see something significant, right? In the case of US 30, there is the gap right there. That gap has not been filled. Okay, so let's mark this gap. Let's just mark the gap. Okay, so that's the 30-minute gap right there. Okay, so if this thing starts to pull back, you know already where you're looking to see the reaction from. You want it to pull back into the 30-minute gap, get your reaction, and you can probably continue the trade back to the upside. Okay, so that's for the US 30. But it's funny. It's funny that US 30 has already started aggressively pushing to the upside. So I do anticipate that there might be a pullback at some point to take price higher. All right, let's check in on S&P 500. Let's see what S&P. Okay, S&P 500 has also not filled the gap. So it tells me that, bro, I need to be addressing these guys. Yeah, husband from Ghana. Anyway, so because S&P 500 has not closed the gap, it tells me that, okay, so we might see lower prices at some point in time. The only crazy thing is that the NASDAQ has already filled that gap and it's almost done closing the gap. So let's see. The open, as I said, the open for me is extremely important, and I'll show you how the open can give you significant information as to what price wants to do. All right, if you're confused, you don't know what the market is going to do, wait for the open, wait for at least 15 minutes, like 10 to 15 minutes, just to see how the candles are forming. Okay. On the 10-minute time frame or on the 15-minute time frame, you would have an idea. You like it will show you where the market goes. Now within that 15 minutes, yes, a 15-minute candle can be a bullish candle, right? But in that bullish candle, it might have gone down to sweep liquidity and then turn back around in a set specific direction. Okay, so on a 15, it will look like a bullish candle. But if you're not concerned about liquidity sweeps and all of that, you can just use the 15-minute candle to determine that, okay, so this is a bullish candle, all right, or this is a bearish candle. Now, all you need to do is to wait for a pullback into maybe an order block, right? Or some people use the midpoint of that 15-minute candle. Some people would also use the opening of the 15-minute candle. All of those, I feel like, are guessing. They're kind of guessing. But if you go down to the lower time frames, you have your levels, you wait for the reaction. I think that's better than just waiting for price to get to, let's say, the opening of the candle, of the midpoint of the candle. I feel like that's just guessing, right? You're just guessing to take entries. That's not really the best. And so, for example, let me just give you an example. For example, market opens here, okay? It goes down and then it pushes up. So now it's telling me that, okay, so we swept liquidity and now we're heading up. So all I need to do is I take my Fibonacci, okay, from this low to this high. And this is not like, I'm not using the Fibonacci to say I'm going to buy at this level, I'm going to buy at this level. I just want to see how far price has pulled back, okay, and what is in the discount of this particular move to the upside. What is in this discount that I could potentially use to take an entry? All right. So here, what I see in here is I see fair value gaps, right? I see order blocks in discount. And I also see that we have liquidity in terms of lows sitting all up in this area. So if if you're looking to take a long, right? Let's say you've swept liquidity, you push it upside. You just want to wait for price to pull back, okay, into a gap inside of the discounted area or this order block right here. Wait for price to come in here. Wait for some rejection. People use different rejections. People can use simple candlestick patterns like engulfings. They're very powerful. People would use change of characters. That's also very powerful. Or change in the state of delivery. What else do people use? Yeah. So it's basically candlestick patterns or more significant like structure breaks, like the change in the state of delivery to actually take the entry. So for me, the CISDs are the most powerful when it comes to identifying when price is turning around in a zone. So all I'm waiting for is price comes down like this, like that, and then it breaks. That would be my entry, right? Angelo, you're in longs. Can you let me know why you're in longs? Because it's pre-market though. Remember, we have how many minutes? We have about 15 minutes until the market opens. So I do anticipate some level of a wait, hold on. I do anticipate some level of a reaction. at the open, right? So I feel like if you're on a long at this time, there could be manipulation to either up the upside or the downside, and that can maybe take you out prematurely, even though you might be right on the direction. So, or maybe you have a wide stop loss. If you have a wide stop loss, that could save you. All right. Yeah, guys. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So make sure you're joining the Telegram, okay? We recently started a Telegram community where I can be sharing updates. So make sure you are in there. Fumi Fumi. Follow the live creator. Thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. Lewis, please help Jessica. I think she wants you. Man, Jessica, bro, she's in jail right now. Jessica is in TikTok jail. I put her in jail. Lemon Zeros, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Man, these spam bots, crazy, crazy. They just come and just spam. But I was looking at gold this morning. I was like, gold is just crazy. Gold would that's absolutely crazy. If gold wants to go down, it just has to go up, manipulate everybody out of the markets, and then start the action move, which is absolutely insane. So gold, the same thing, gold gapped up, okay, similar to the NASDAQ, gold gapped up, and then it came down, pretended as if it was filling the entire gap, and then it pulled back, and now it's now dumping. What I noticed from the past couple of days that I've been looking at is gold is, or the NASDAQ is kind of mirroring gold. I don't know how long this has been happening, or if this has been like in since the inception of both pairs, but I've noticed that gold will initiate the move and NASDAQ will follow. That's something that I'm noticing. So if you look at gold right now, right, gold had that pullback and is now dumping. And on the NASDAQ is now having that pullback to potentially dump, right? I haven't like fully concluded that that is the case, right? But that is what I'm kind of noticing, right? Because sometimes you notice that some people in the insane stream will be like, hey, they caught a nice sell on gold earlier in the day. And then when it comes to the New York session, NQ or the NASDAQ is now selling off, which is interesting to me. The market opens in the next 14 minutes. Market opens in the next 14 minutes, guys. All right. We will wait for the open and then we're gonna react. Okay. This week, yeah, this week I'm going to be a little more proactive when it comes to my entries. So you guys have to be super alert. Okay. You guys have to be super alert. And as always, I will be sending everything I'm doing into the Telegram. All right. Guys, I hope the music is not too loud. Let me know because I've never been able to like really listen into the stream to see what's going on. Welcome in, guys. We are live on the Red app and we're live here on TikTok as well. It's funny because I'm streaming on multiple platforms. When I say we're live here on TikTok, it seems like if somebody's listening in from YouTube, they'll be like, what is this guy talking about? Yeah, we're live on both platforms, guys. So YouTube just basically if you want to like see everything on my screen, right? And TikTok for anyone who just likes to watch the streams on TikTok. All right, so 10 minutes, guys. 10 minutes, guys. I do reckon that we might push to the upside just because we've left this gap down here. I really want it to be filled. So what I'm anticipating is we push up, okay? We push up, and then we get a rejection. About 9 minutes, 10 minutes into the open, we see a clear rejection, and then we take our entries. All right. D Classics was good, brother. Was popping. How was your weekend, bro? How was your weekend? Guys, I put out a post that you can use. I mean, when it comes to trading, right? There's really I wouldn't say there's no ceiling. Okay, there's no ceiling. Like when it comes to like a corporate job, right, there's really a ceiling where you can just climb the ladder, you can get promoted, you can get more pay, right? But there's a ceiling. Now, when it comes to other things, like anything that depends on your time, there is definitely a ceiling because unless of course you're multiplying yourself and you're employing people, it's like there's a ceiling. There's definitely a ceiling to it. But when it comes to trading, all you need is leverage. Once you have leverage, the sky is the limit. When I say leverage, I mean like you need um capital. Now, all firms give you leverage. Okay, brokers give you leverage. So all you need to do, like if you don't know where to start, or you don't have enough money to start. Wait, that's the difference. If you don't have money to start trading, then you probably because you can't just manufacture money out of thin air, right? If you don't have money to trade, then you have to hustle, do something like do some work, some side hustle. make some money, maybe invest like a couple of those profits into a trading account. And obviously, you can't just trade it just because you have money. You have to make sure that you are solid with a strategy and solid with your psychology. So there's absolutely, I noticed that when I started trading, a couple years ago, people were, in fact, yeah, people were frowning upon using demo accounts. That, oh, a demo account it's not like actual money, so it would make you like it wouldn't make you really feel your losses. But it really depends on the individual. Okay, if you don't have the money, you want to get that experience, you want to make sure that your strategy works, or that your psychology is right. Because a demo account, it's very easy to identify that you're somebody who overtrades. Like, you will notice on a demo account, like maybe you can start with, let's say, 100,000. If on that demo account you're taking like tens and hundreds of trades in a day, it tells you that you will literally do the same thing on a live account. So if you cannot like maintain that discipline on a demo account, forget the live account. You're the same human being, like, and it's the same numbers on the screen. And it's literally the emotions on the live account and even like more intense because you actually feel that you're losing money. So if you cannot even do it on a demo account, you might struggle with a live account. Okay. Lifestyle. Sir, please, are we going to pay for the class? No. Which class are you referring to? If you're here on TikTok, you literally have access to me. Okay. I usually would let you know exactly what I'm looking out for. Um, I also drop a few educational tips here and there. If you're following my YouTube, you're following my TikTok and my social media platforms, I also drop relevant information there. But if you want strategy itself, strategy, how can you guys get that? Just make sure you join the Discord. The Discord, I do have educational content when you have access to the Discord. So everything is in my bio. Okay, everything is in my bio. Something I've tried not to really promote any paid services, right? But some people genuinely want to learn, right? You said the academy, the academy. Wait, I hope someone is not trying to scam you though. What did I say you have to pay for something? If check the accounts, make sure that it's me who's asking, or I said something on the stream. If I said something on the stream, then that's different. But if somebody DM'd you, make sure you check the person's account. Make sure it's not a scammer who is asking you, because bro, on Discord, like there are hundreds, a lot of accounts that are kind of impersonating my page. So you have to be careful, okay? I don't think the scamming has started yet on TikTok. But on Discord, it's crazy. What's my Discord? It's in my bio. It's in my bio. You have to click the invite on my bio to get access. But the name on it is Illustrate Academy. Okay, all right. Market opens in about 2 minutes. But looking at what price is doing, we've created we've created a breaker, and that breaker is telling me that we might be looking at lower prices. All right. We just created a breaker by this candle closing below this low. Okay, so when we have a breaker, what I do is I mark the opening price of the consecutive candles that move price up. Okay, so this is a breaker right here. Let me mark it out. And for the breaker, okay, the entry for the breaker is the best entry, in my opinion, from Ghana. Yeah, I'm from Ghana. I'm from Ghana. The best entry for the breaker would be an immediate tap in with the stops above the high, the developing high. Okay, this is risky because the market is not open. We have some relative equal highs here, which price could just come back, sweep. So ignore this breaker, right? Let's wait for the market to open. Let's see what it actually wants to do, okay? Let's see what it actually wants to do. We're not going to take that breaker just yet, but it is nice. It is a nice breaker, right? I wouldn't lie. Okay, so this candle closes in the next 30 seconds. If this one closes below this level, below this low, then I would like the breakout. I would like to take advantage of the breakout. Okay, because this would now be an immediate draw on liquidity that I expect price to come for. So in order for price to come for this low, I'd expect like a pullback and then boom. Okay, 5 seconds, market opens. What is going on? Are we having news? All right, market is open, guys. Market is open. This is the breaker. I'm not taking the breaker, the entry here. Wait, what is that? Okay, so we do have relative equal lows. Let's just pay attention here, guys. Let's just pay attention to what's happening. I'm not entering just yet. Just want to see what the reaction is. Alive. Are we having news? Mikey, so news is at 10 a.m. Eastern time, which is in about 30 minutes. ISM manufacturing PMI. Yeah, so it's in about 30 minutes. Please, some of us, so we're closing the gap. Okay, we're closing the gap. Why is this happening? Okay, all right. Some of us want to learn the trade. Do you teach physically, even if payment required? Yeah, because of time, bro. I'm not able to do physical, but I do have some content that I'm developing for people who want to learn, and I think it's also in the Discord. So if you go into the link, you should have. I need to confirm. Let me just confirm that. Let me just confirm that. But that's exclusively for people who are, pretty much new to it and are trying to learn it. All right, so we're digging deeper. Nothing to do just yet. I mentioned that I want us to literally close this gap. So once we close this gap, we'll see what kind of reaction we get from there. We're almost about to close the entire gap. Just a few ticks away. All right, so we've literally closed that gap. So we've literally closed that gap, guys. We've closed the gap. There wasn't even a pullback into that breaker. So, okay. Yeah. So it's actually inside my bio. If you click on the link, there's one link at the bottom that says learn how I trade. So you can click that link and that should give you access to content that I've been recording about strategy and psychology and all of that. Okay, so reaction. Interesting reaction right there. Gold is also dumping. Wow, is this going to be another bearish week? Like like 3 out of 5 days last week, the market opened up and it just began to dump. It didn't give any explanation, no pullbacks, no opportunities to enter. it just started dumping, and it's literally doing the same thing this week. So let's see if we can catch something. Okay, let's see if we can catch something. But it's from the reaction. Let's see. Let's see what we have. Okay. Yeah, guys. You can also, if it's not very clear what you need to do, send me a DM on TikTok. Yeah, send me a DM on TikTok, and let's see how we can help. All right, so we've closed the gap. Okay, we have closed the gap, and I'm seeing a reaction. I'm seeing a reaction from that level. I'm gonna keep this right here. Okay, because there still could be a reaction from that breakout. That is a valid area to get a reaction. Guys, last I think last week Friday we did 20,000 likes. So we have a long way to go, but we can do it. We have a long way to go, but we can do it, guys. We have a long way to go. We have a long way to go. Uh, okay, okay. What a reaction, guys. What a reaction. So we done 5 minutes. We've done 5 minutes. So if you look at it, right, the market, like the market opens up and it sweeps liquidity to the downside. So I'm looking at this as it's not like fully ready, but I'm looking at this as a sweep of liquidity. Okay, that could send price all the way up to this red line. All right, so now let's see. Oh, this thing is getting too noisy for my eyes. All right, so let me take this off because this is done. Okay, all right, so this is a liquidity sweep. It could be a break of structure for now, but we're just going to mark it as a liquidity sweep because ideally we want to see price head up here. Okay. All right. So interesting, very interesting reaction out there. We're now inside a breaker. This is this is where this is where we wanted to see price pull back into, but it doesn't look like it's going to respect. If it fails, it also tells me that hey, we're heading up. So and it has failed. Or has it? Crazy. Nowadays, the way the market moves, man, it like soars. It just goes. Look at that. Like, look at this. This what? Let me measure this actually. Oh, I just realized I'm not live in the Discord. Hold on. My bad. My bad, guys. My bad, my bad, my bad. Hello, hello. Discord, Discord. All right. So, still monitoring. Okay. All right. So we're good. We're good on Discord. All right. Looks like there's some crazy reaction happening. Can you guys see that? That's why you have to wait. Just wait, okay? There's no rush. You just need to wait for the first couple minutes. In my opinion, if you're new to trading, just wait 15 minutes. Just wait 15 minutes. Um, After 15 minutes, you would know. So after 15 minutes, you would clearly know if this was a liquidity sweep and we are breaking above here, then that tells you that, hey, we're looking for longs, okay? First 15 minutes is absolutely crucial. But what I'm seeing at this point is very clear, okay? It's kind of very clear to me that you might be looking at a bullish move. You might be looking at a bullish move, right? The only crazy thing about this is the fact that if I were to take an entry right here, I would have to. That's like a crazy stop loss. That is an absolutely insane stop loss. But let's see. Yeah, it might not be the most reasonable thing to do. It might not be the most reasonable thing to do at this point, but let's wait and see. But the thing is that regardless of the stop loss distance, right, you should be able to calculate the amount of lots or the volume you need. So let's say if I'm risking $500, okay, if I put my stop loss here, I'm still losing $500. If my stop loss comes all the way here, I'm still losing 500. Here, $500. Here, $500. Right? You should be able to calculate the stop loss based on your risk. All right. Okay. Rejection. Wow, this is crazy. We wigged down, wigged up. What the hell? What the hell, Price? What do you want to do? Tell us. Tell us. But at this point, right, a close above the breakout would tell me that we want to see higher prices. So I wouldn't mind taking a long, right? Because I also know that I I want to see price at least take out this particular high right here. Okay, so welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Make sure you spam the likes. Make sure you spam the likes. Make sure you spam the likes. Um, yeah, guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me, okay? I try to read every single comment in the chat. So take advantage of that, right? Take advantage of that and make sure you are asking all the questions in the world. There's no dumb question here because trading is not easy on its own. So wait. Just are we still live? Can you guys see me, hear me? Guys, to be honest, I might be looking for a long here. I might be looking for a long here. As soon as this candle closes above this level, I might be looking for a long. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that the 3 minute is anything. Yeah. The fact that this is pretty much going to be a very wide stop loss, but that's not a big deal. Okay. All right. So no trade just yet. No trade just yet. I want to see a close above this level, and then that would be okay for me to take my long. Right. So as long as we are closing above green. As long as we're closing above here, then I can take my long. But in the next 2 minutes, if that doesn't happen, then we see what happens next. Yeah, it's also take notes. In the next 15 minutes, we have news. We still here and going long. All right. Okay, you're going. Wait, official TSFX. You're going long, right? You're looking for a long trade. Fumi. Yes, we can. Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. At this point, like I'm hesitant because guys, look, we've taken liquidity below, right, in the form of this low, and we've taken liquidity above, form of this particular high. All right, so you have to be careful. Look at this wick down, wick up. Is literally the market is telling you that it's not very sure what it wants to do. So just need to wait. Okay. Just need to wait a little longer. But in my mind, we have taken out liquidity. Uh, hold on, guys. In my mind, we've taken out liquidity in the form of closing that gap. Okay. Okay. Right. All right. All right. Okay. So we might just have that entry. We might. Yeah. We might. We might. We might. Again, guys, ignore the fact that this is like a wide stop. I'll probably manage it as we continue to move, but just take note that you need to calculate your lots. You can't just randomly take this. Okay. All right. So we're closing above. In the next 10 seconds, I'll probably take this if we are still above this green line. All right. That would be, oh, guys, looking. If you're in the Telegram, you will probably get the updates that I am in this. I hope we're set. Okay. 3 seconds. New candle. I'm in this trade, guys. I'm in this trade, and my stop loss is below the bodies right here. Yeah, somewhere here. Wow, what a nasty fail. What a nasty fail, guys. I got failed somewhere here. Yeah, I got failed somewhere here. Insane. All right, so I am in a long trade right there. It's probably going to be a long session, guys. It's probably going to be a long session. The reason why I'm saying that is because of the fact that this has to move up like how many points? One is two is it has to move up like 300 points before we start to see a 1:2. Right. So trade signals are inside of the, where did it go? Yeah, it did, but it didn't send out the details. The details are going in a separate channel. But yeah, let me send the details to you guys. Okay, so I've sent the details of the entry levels, my stop loss level, and take profit one, take profit two. Okay, so that's it. All right, so that's the first trade for the first trade idea for the week, guys. And again, as I said, make sure stop loss is where it's supposed to be. All right. I had a bad fail somewhere up here, and it pushed my stop loss somewhere here. So if I move my stop loss down to this low, I'll be losing more than I expect or more than I want to lose on that particular trade. Okay. But nevertheless, on the 3 minute time frame, it's still below the bodies. So that's fine. All right. So it's going to be a waiting game for this particular session. This session is going to be literally a waiting game. We do have our draws on liquidity above here in the form of Friday's high. So we're just gonna wait until Friday's high is swept. All right. It might take a while, but we're just following market structure, and doing what the candles are telling us. Let me know if you guys took this. Let me know if you guys are in this. I want to know how many of you guys are in this. I had an absolutely nasty fill. I wanted to get filled. Let me see. SA in with me. All right, nice, nice, nice. I wanted to get filled here, right here, at the close of this candle, and I got filled up here, which is nasty. These brokers, man. These brokers will not kill us. All right, so wait, is the P&L on the screen? Nope. Nope. All right, so let me get that thing up so you guys see. You guys can feel the emotions with me. All right. Okay. All right, there it is. Okay. All right, we're good. We are good. We're good. We're good. Good. Okay. All right. So it's a waiting game. It's probably going to take a while. So hey, ask me your questions. Let's see if we can while away the time. All right. We can while away the time. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? Hey, 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 wrong direction. Turn around. Dominique Star. Thanks for following. Oh, we're at 3,500 likes. Thank you. 3,500 likes. We have quite a distance to go. Right now, we keep setting targets for ourselves and we keep breaking them. GB Trader, you have a 99% sure signal. Okay, good for you. Off to TikTok jail. All right, so on the even on the 3 minute, right? If I were taking a 3 minute change in the state of delivery right here, it would mean that my stop loss will still need to come below this low. So I feel like, yeah, I literally will not do anything differently. Um, yeah, I feel like I wouldn't do anything differently. All right, just have to wait it out. First trade idea of the week, guys. First trade idea of the week. Now let's pop into my bot wants to take a trade on what? Wants to take a short on Tesla. My bot wants to take a trade on Tesla. It wants to take a short on Tesla. But it's already in a Tesla short, so why it doesn't want to take another short? Oh, okay, nice. All right, guys, if you're in, I mean, we're at this point consolidating, so nothing to do, just watching price. Take note that we have news at 10 a.m. Okay, we have news at 10 a.m. Hopefully that can, put some fire in the trade and like push price. Okay. So I'll take you guys through when it comes to the trailing, the best place to be trailing, that's the stop loss. I will let you guys know because it's quite a distance before it gets to TP. It might even happen maybe after the stream. So make sure you're joining the Telegram so you can get the updates. Okay. Stop. Why does it want to take a trade on Tesla? Okay. All right, guys. So we took the trade, we took the entry. Yeah, no regrets. I think if you look at the level price swept, that was a significant low. Took liquidity, and in sweeping that low as well, we also closed that new week opening gap. We closed it fully. Okay, and after closing that, what did we do? We pushed up, closing above all this liquidity. Okay, not liquidity. We closed above this high, this internal high, and pulled back into this gap. So I expect us to keep pushing up until this red line at least, right? Um, but price, right? If you've been trading for a while, price. Something can happen in the world. Donald Trump can say, "Hey, we're going to do X, Y, Z," and the markets can just do whatever the hell. So just make sure your stop loss is at the right place to protect you from stuff like that. Okay? Yeah, to protect you from stuff like that. All right, are we looking good? So we're almost out of drawdown, slightly in drawdown, but yeah, we'll be out pretty soon. But yeah, it will be interesting. I want to see. Wait, in fact, let me just look at the news release right now to see. Let me look at the news to see what's happening. ISM manufacturing in 5 minutes. It's forecasted to be good for the economy. Uh, is forecasted to be good for the economy. So if it comes and the actual figure is better than what they forecasted, then we expect the indices to continue moving to the upside. G Classics. Wait, G Classics. All right, cool. G Classics, you took that trade as well, right? Yep, you saw the entry live. Okay, okay. All right. I just noticed that I did some updates in like the Telegram, and it's automatically sending the updates. It's so funny. So funny. It's funny. So we're pushing, guys. We're pushing. Um, if you had that huge stop loss, I don't want to let you guys prematurely move your stop loss, but there is a significant low here that your stops could come. So I'm going to use a red line to, if you think your stop loss is too high, that would be, in my opinion, where you can have your stop loss. But for me, I'm just leaving the stops where it is, leaving them where they are. There's a lot of low resistance liquidity in this area that price can take. So I don't mind being comfortable in this trade. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. So on Mondays, right? On Mondays, I reduce my risk by 50%. So I've actually reduced my risk by 50%, even though it looked like it's a nice trade. I literally reduced my risk, guys. Totally reduced my risk. Um, but it is looking good, guys. So inside I don't know who was asking, Willie. Yeah, inside the walk where you learn how to trade, right? I just over the weekend uploaded some videos regarding risk management, right? I uploaded some videos around how you can place or where to place your stop loss, um, where to go break even, and also more advanced methods where you can like move your stop loss as price is moving. So, am I live daily? Yeah, absolutely. every single trading day, I am on the live streams. Right. But yeah, SA just joined the TikTok Telegram. When I'm live, there's an update that goes in that hey, Lewis is on the stream. Right. So Monday, this already, in my opinion, this already could make you a significant amount of money. You guys have no idea that if you have leverage, as I said, right? If you have the right leverage, this small move here can make you literally millions. I don't want to. In fact, should I be saying that? I should not be saying that on the stream. But it can make you a lot of money if you just take advantage of a small move like this, right? But because we don't have so much leverage, that's why we risk the amounts we risk, right? Imagine I had like $1 million sitting in an account and I risked $10,000 on this trade. I could have been making how much? Wow, $10,000 by now. Hey, what did I say? Risk 10,000 on. I could have been making $5,000 by now. Imagine 2,000 lot size, bro. You're gonna break the broker. I know, right? You're gonna break the broker. The broker wouldn't understand what's going on. But for accounts like that, they have like how would I put it? Okay, so 10 a.m. candle has opened. 10 a.m. candle has opened. Wait, let me just mark this out real quick. 10 a.m. open. I normally would like to mark out the 10 a.m. open, see where price is manipulating to. All right, so imagine there's a new hourly candle, right? It wicks in the opposite direction and then it would go in the right direction, right? So if we're creating a bottom wick, I expect us to come above the opening price, go back to the opening price, and then continue to create the body of the wick. I know it might sound crazy to you guys, but yeah. Um, yeah, Kim Vaughn, as I was saying, what they do is they have so it's that 1 million will not be in like one account. That 1 million will be in multiple accounts, right? So they can have maybe 250, 250, 250, 4 different accounts, and then like they'll be taking the trades like that gradually on all the accounts. And imagine like they have like millions. So you're able to break down the capital, and I'm sure assign capital to multiple people, let's say in the firm, to trade that. So it's not like one person who's like putting all the money on one trade. Do I trade only NASDAQ? So on the live streams, yeah, I actively trade the NASDAQ, but I look at other pairs as well. So it's pulling back. We're not really hinged. Wait, let's see what the news. Okay, so yeah, the news is actually good for the economy. It tells us that uh, the industry is expanding, so that's a good thing. So the economy is healthy, and when the economy is healthy, we expect the prices of the Nasdaq to keep rising because obviously businesses are doing well. And we expect a bullish move, right? So that is it for the news. Do we have anything else today? Do we have anything else? No. So pretty positive news. All right. ES is more bullish. Is that so? Oof. What in the name? All right. So ES is bullish, which is nice, right? To see a pair like ES being extremely bullish because it tells us that hey, the top 500 companies are bullish. Yes, the top 100 companies could lag, but at least it would catch up, right? So yeah, just take note. Also, the NAS 100 is tech stock heavy, right? There are a lot of tech stocks in there. So it can really, really influence the movement of price. That's why I usually just like to stick to looking at the NASDAQ because yeah, it can really, really show you where price wants to go. Have we looked at gold? Did we look at gold? Remind me, did we look at gold earlier? For all my gold traders. Ah, yeah. So earlier today, right, I was looking at a breaker formation on gold somewhere in this area. So this was the breaker, right? This was the breaker right here. If you missed the entry on the breaker, price actually retraced. I was wondering why it was retracing, but it was just retracing back into the breaker just to continue coming down to the previous day's low. That's Friday's low. So I assume that the move on gold is done. Assuming, but yeah. Oh, what a pullback! What an interesting pullback, guys, on the Nasdaq. But no worries, we are inside. We're inside a 3 minute fair value gap. So hopefully that can like send price back to the upside, which is what we want to see. So we're going to be patient, guys. As I said, looking at this particular trade, in my mind, it will take a while. So just have to get your popcorn and you have to get your popcorn and just relax. We're 4,000 likes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get to 5K. We can do it. The maker. I see you. Okay. Are we getting a rejection? Let's see. Sometimes when I'm in a trade, right, I don't want to look at the lower time frames because the lower time frames might give you false signals. Like it might tell you, hey, the the trade is going against you. Right. So sometimes I'm like, let me just check the 1 minute to see if we're getting a rejection. Yes, you can see the rejection there, but sometimes you might see something that would it might just tell you, hey, close your trade because hey, I think it's taking going to take all your profits away from you. Right. That's why you just need to just stick to your entry time frame. Just don't now be reanalyzing or re-questioning what you've done, right? It doesn't help. It doesn't help with your emotions and your psychology. All right. King Von, on why they suffer. I just want to purchase a prop firm account, but the payment has been declined. King Von, what prop firm what prop firm are you looking at? Are you looking to buy from? Bro, for prop firms, I usually will not have challenges with them taking your money, funding pips. Yeah, I haven't had issues with funding pips. Um, yeah, for them, they want to take your money, so they make sure that their payment systems are like top. They're using the top payment systems so that they can take your money. These prop firms. Yeah, funding pips is a good prop firm. Just stick to the rules and you'll be fine. That's the only advice I'll give to you. Just make sure you don't break any rules. Um, CRT was good. CRT was good, was good, was good. The card I'm using to purchase the account has been declined, so I can't buy. Yeah, unfortunate. Have you tried crypto? Usually, if there's anything regarding payments and I'm not able to use card, my last resort is crypto. Are you on Twitch too? No, no. I used to stream on Twitch, but I don't stream anymore on Twitch. Yeah, CRT. I've been on the streams. I've been quite consistent on the streams nowadays on the Red app. and here on TikTok. So we're live. How's everything going, bro? How's candle range theory? I don't know if that's why you have your name TRT, but ooh. All right, so 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m., 10 a.m. Let's see if we can aggressively close past this. If we aggressively close past this green line, then I get more confidence that we're going to continue. Bro, I can't speak. What the hell? Then I have confidence that we're going to continue the uptrend. It's a very good and simple strategy. Um, yeah, trading candle range. Oh, okay, okay. Candle range theory. Yeah, yeah. I have seen few videos on candle range theory. Can you, in less than 3 sentences, can you explain how it works? How many trades do you do daily? Shawnee Banks, yeah, you're late. We took an entry. We took a long entry. How many trades do I take? So I usually will take a maximum of two, but if I have a win, get back into the markets. I remember some time ago I told you guys the story, right? Taking a trade is like feeding a lion. Okay, you let's say you're responsible for feeding that particular lion. You go into the cage, you wait, you wait for the lion to like go back, and then you throw the meat, and the lion is like focused on the meat. So yes, you win. Okay, you fed the lion. Now the lion is satisfied. So imagine going back into that cage and you're trying to feed the already satisfied lion. Okay, what will happen to you? What do you think is going to happen to you when you get into that cage? All right, so when I take my first trade, I don't want to go back to feed the lion. I fed the lion. The lion is full. All right. So anytime you take a trade and you win, just remember the story, okay? That you're going in the cage to feed the lion for absolutely no reason. All right. So, but if I take I take a first trade and that trade is a loss, I imagine, okay, so you know, I wasn't able to feed the lion, so I have another opportunity to go give it some food. Saint was good, my G. Yo, was good, was good, was good. Bless, my G. Yeah, I'm in a long. I'm in a I'm in a long trade. I got a bad fail, but yeah, but we're still in. Can you see my screen now? This 3 minute flip right there, but 1 minute. Yeah, this one right here. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That red line. All right. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. So, I mean, it looks like we're gonna have like a bullish day. So, do I do beginner classes? So for the beginner classes, what I recommend is just join the WARP. The WARP has beginner videos and it gives you access to me as well. So if you're watching the videos and let's say you have some concerns or you're back testing and there's something that is not clear, then you can just hit me up, like directly hit me up. It's not an extremely large community. So I'm able to respond to some of these questions that you guys have. Okay. You can get access to that in my bio. Right. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's going to be extremely bullish looking at what happened on Thursday and Friday. So yeah, and it's pretty yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Currently, which time frame am I using on the trade? So it's the 3 minute, but I was also looking at the 9 minutes. I know people don't look at the 9 minutes, but I was looking at the three for this change in the state, like a sweep of liquidity and then a closure above that. So as soon as the close happened, that was supposed to be my entry, but the fill was pretty bad. The fill was kind of up here. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. In terms of the Powell strategy as well, the manipulation is happening towards the downside, which means that if price closes above that level, there could be a pullback to that opening price, the 10 a.m. open, and that could kind of like shoot price back to the upside. Yeah, 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 that's right. Only if we are able to close above, confidently above the 10 a.m. open, we can be confident that price is going up. 10 a.m. open is, wait, hold on. Yeah, yeah, it's 2 p.m. That's right. That's 3 p.m. your time. Yeah. T man, is that a buy? Yes. So I'm in a long trade. I'm in a long trade at the moment. They consist of three candles, King Bond. Okay, three candles. One is accumulation, one is manipulation, and distribution. Okay. So, I mean, I do support, I 100% support accumulation, manipulation, distribution. That's perfect. And if you look here, right, I kind of use that. So if you look here, right, this is accumulation, right? Manipulation to the downside, and then distribution. That's what I want to be a part of, right? So I kind of use that concept when it comes to sweeping of liquidity and looking for a distribution move, right? But sometimes, right? Sometimes the accumulation doesn't always look like accumulation, right? Accumulation sometimes would simply look like a gradual move in one direction, right? It might not look like sideways movement. But I think maybe the CRT kind of explains that in more detail. But yeah, we're closing above that green line, so it's a good thing. I'll show you guys some other entry that I've been looking at for quite some time. Yeah, it takes a while. It takes a while, but what you can do is if you can use AI to help you set it up. Yeah, so what I did was I just gave AI the specific tokens that it needed to have access. So then it was able to like create the names, put the emojis, put the descriptions, etc. And it was able to set up the Discord with permissions. Claude, I connected it to Claude AI, Claude Code, yeah. Oh, okay, okay, yeah, I know that. I know that. Please, is it what you are talking about? Because I'm late here. No, no, no. Like someone on the Discord was asking a question about my Discord, right? And I was telling them about how they set how I set it up. Bro, can you come again? I got a little. Someone was asking something. Yeah, you said the challenge you're facing. Yeah, the verification. Yeah. So we're in a long. Very soon, if we conf confidently close above this level, right, there could be a pullback to this green line to take price back to the upside. So for those who might have missed, there could be a second opportunity to get in. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, bro. What did I use for that? I think I used I forget the name of Dino. I used Dino. Yeah, Dino. Yeah, that's what I used. Dino. So Dino would kind of limit access to all channels. It will just enable one specific channel that you need to go into. If you need to click a button to verify, or it will take you through that process. Once you're verified, then it will give you access to all the other channels. Yeah. Yeah. What pair? So we're trading the NASDAQ, guys. We're trading the NASDAQ. We're in a long trade. For some reason, I haven't moved my stop loss. I haven't moved my stop loss, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, we've closed above this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my stop loss. Let's see where do we need to put our stop loss? Yeah, I think at this point we're okay. I'm going to go break even. All right. So my stop loss is going to be right here. So look at the red line. Okay. My stop loss is right here. So right there. Okay. You don't need to lose money on this. If you lose money, then I honestly don't know, bro. Stops at break even. All right, so that's just an update right there. Stops at break even. Don't lose money, guys. Don't lose money. It's a Monday. All right. So basically, this is the draw on liquidity. So if price gets to this high, you can take your money. All right, just take your money and run. Um, because that is a significant level that I expect price to take. Why did I have this line here again? Why did I have this green line here? Who can remind me? I don't even remember why I had the line here. Previous days high. Okay. Guys, we are running in a good amount of profits, guys. But for me, I want us to at least push to this red line up here. Yeah, so as I said, it's going to be a long session, guys. So last year August was a pretty good month for me, relatively. I don't know why people were saying that August is like a difficult month to trade, but for some reason, and I think I remember I put out a video that, hey, I remember back then in August, I used to really put out my trade Zella statistics, right? I showed you guys that in August, that was pretty one of the best months for me. Um, what's that? So yeah, just trade mechanically. Some months might not be good months, but other months you might like make all your losses back. Right. So hopefully August is going to be a good month for us. Oh, this thing is a little annoying, guys. All right, we're pushing. We're pushing. We're pushing. So at least a 1:2. If we're being like extremely honest with where we should ideally exit, right? This if this was the entry right here with the stops below here. Where is it? Hold on. If your entry is here, which your stops down here, then ideally you should be getting out, yeah, pretty much right around where we're supposed to get out. So that's okay. That's okay. You want to learn? Yeah, I do have a link in my bio that you can click to learn. Okay. I usually sometimes I want to know, like, have you had any trading experience? I said there's also a difference, right? Somebody who's like trying to learn, someone who's trying to learn, like they have no knowledge whatsoever regarding trading, right? It's different from someone who is trying to work on their psychology or perfect their strategy. There's a difference. Oh, man, I cannot have to listen to this guy. There's a difference. You can't just take any approach. But I reckon you're a beginner. Are you? You have some knowledge? Oh, you have some knowledge. Okay, how long have you been trading? Because sometimes when you get to a certain point, it's a lot of the work has to do with psychology. So you don't have to spend too much time on the technical analysis and all of that. Once you get the analysis, that's fine. But then there's the psychology that can do a lot of difference, can make a huge difference in your profits. Right. So guys, today I literally reduced my risk. Okay. I reduced my risk by half. I halved my risk today, guys. Okay, so there is a high chance that we might pull back to this green line. And this would be the Powell model. This is the Powell model. I've been looking at it for a while. He waits for the 10 a.m., waits for the manipulation, and then he does a takes an entry here, right? And he does at least a 1:5. He does at least a 1:5. So for this particular trade, right, if he were to take this trade, you take the entry right here, and then you do a 1:5. But bro, that's risky. I mean, that's too risky. I was back testing that strategy, but I feel like if you do a one is to like a 20 tick stop loss, that's much better than a 10 point, right? A 10 point is, sorry, 20 point. A 10 point stop loss is like too tiny, in my opinion, right? At least 20 points. Give the trade some room to breathe, and you might just reduce your risk to reward and do 1:3, right? So I keep forward testing, right? I keep forward testing a strategy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's not like always consistent because if you're waiting for, let me just say, if you're waiting for a pullback, right, or manipulation to the downside, right? And hold on a sec, guys. Yeah, saying what's good. You're asking if I'm still in the longs? Yeah, I am. So still in. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, I hear you now. I 122 is like pretty far away because my stops were quite wide. Um, well, hold on. Let me confirm that one sec. So yeah, somewhere inside that 4 hour fair gap above price. But obviously I might not hold until that high because we do have some significant levels, some significant highs that could cause price to pull back. So just riding it at this point. If I feel like we're getting some crazy reaction, I just gotta fix it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're not yet a beginner learning. I'm not sure I understand that, but you're you're not yet a beginner. So you're in the middle. Let's say you're not a beginner, you're not a pro as well, right? Okay. Yeah, I think that would help. So you can try out just maybe 1 month. In fact, wait, there's a 7 day trial for the course. So you don't need to pay anything. Just go do the 7 day trial, go watch some of the videos. If you think it's for you, then you can continue. If not, then yeah, no strings attached. All right. So yeah, everything is in my bio, okay? The Telegram, the the videos, everything is there, okay? Go enjoy. Enjoy the content. Bro, content is not it's not easy. Like it takes a while to like record to get the scripts. I mean, right now AI helps. AI can help with a lot of things, but you still need to sit behind the camera. That's a lot. And I do still have a lot to record, bro. I still have a lot to record. Trading has so many components that you can learn to improve yourself. And it's crazy. It's crazy. Let me just take you through the things that I need to record on trading. So let me see. Okay, so there is the foundation, the basic strategy. Then there's trade and risk management, which is also a module. There's also trading psychology, which is its its own model, right? Then we have trading the New York Open, basically what I trade. That is also its own module. Then we also have get funded, so how you can approach prop firms and all of that. And then we have backtesting and building. Hold on, backtesting and wait, what's this? Hold on, guys. Yeah, so basically how to backtest. Um, Backtesting and building confidence in your trades. And what else do we have? Yeah, treating the whole thing like a business, right? You have to treat it like a business. So your expenses that you take when you're trading, you need to make sure you're accounting for all the expenses. For example, if you're buying prop firm challenges, you need to treat it like an expense. Yeah, and I do have a section for trade breakdowns as well, where all the trades I take, I actually would do a breakdown on them. Okay, so that's about it. So again, guys, the 10 a.m. level is still has still been left alone. So now this is what I'm going to do. We are at what's the time? 2:30 UTC. 10:30 New York time. So I do anticipate that at some point in time we're going to pull back. It might look like a scary pullback, right? It might look like a scary pullback, but as long as we haven't taken out this red line, I think I'll be comfortable with that. I've been in this trade for quite some time, guys. I've been in this trade for quite some time, and today being a Monday, if we take out this level, I don't mind closing out everything, right? If we take out this draw on liquidity, I might just close out. Or if it's aggressive and we move on to this green line right here, I'll just wait for this green line to be swept and I just will take my profits, right? Sometimes, yeah, you're better off taking money out to the market and knowing that, hey, you took money out of the markets than to just give the money back. Okay. But we're gradually crawling up. I do have about 30 minutes until the session is done. So yeah, guys, make sure you join the Telegram. That is very important because the Telegram would actually let you know everything that I'm up to, right? It will let you know if I am live. It will let you know what kind of videos I am putting out there. So yeah, so yeah, to be honest, once we take out this, I'll be okay because crazy. The stop loss was extremely wide, like 170 points, and that was the aggressiveness that the open brought about. It was just aggressive. So I do anticipate that at some point in time, maybe in the next 30 minutes, price might just slow down. I'm not ready to be part of that slowing down of price. So as soon as we take this, I will take the trade off. Okay. As soon as we take out this red line, I will take my profits. Guys, take note. Take note, guys. Okay, guys, so I am just about to close the trade. Okay. What, 200 points? Okay. Okay, push. I mean, let's see what this candle is doing. Let's see if it wants to go to the green line, but I'm getting ready to close this. Hmm. All right, so I'm out of this trade, guys. What? What? Hold on. Why is it not letting me close this? Okay, all right. So I'm going to close that. So I'm out of the trade, guys. I'm out of the trade. As soon as we took out the previous day's high, I just closed the trade. And the reason why I closed is because of the fact that when we take a daily high, right, usually there is a pullback. And that pullback can be a nasty pullback. I'm not ready to sit here for the next 40 minutes. For the next, sorry, not 40 minutes, for the next 22 minutes in like looking to give profits back to the markets. All right. So that is it. If you took the trade a little later, you could have put your stop loss right here, which could have given you 1:2 at this high. It's all good, but we still made some money. All right, bro. So we took out a high from Friday 31st. No, was that Friday's high? Yeah, we took out Friday's high, so I'm out of this. I've closed the trade. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, definitely, we could definitely keep pushing. Because today's a Monday, I'm not looking for any surprises, bro. Yeah, bro. IG, 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 IG. So yeah, that's amazing, amazing session today. I mean, price action was pretty smooth, right? No fake outs, nothing. It just did what price had to do. Yeah. All right, guys. Any questions? Any questions? Oh, we have 12,000 likes. I didn't see that. Thank you guys for the likes. You guys are super, super, super amazing. I appreciate you guys. No, no jokes. You guys support the stream. I said I was going to do a giveaway. Yeah. Yeah, I think we need to do a giveaway. What prop firms you guys trade? Um, hmm, it's a quick access. All right, all right, all right. We're good. We're good. We're good. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Before we wrap it up. Let me know if you guys have any questions before we go. All right, so guys, at this point, the reason why I closed out is there could be a major pullback that would happen. Even though we're going to continue being bullish, there could be a major pullback that is going to happen. And to be honest, I don't want to partake in that pullback. Okay, I don't want to partake in that at all, guys. Okay. So no questions. I guess we can wrap it up, right? We can wrap it up. But if we have that extremely deep pullback, this is where I feel like we might get like what do you call it? Um a second opportunity to get in. So with that, you can have a tighter stop. That is the 10 a.m. open, right? To continue creating that bullish candle. I'm just gonna put it here. You guys can take a screenshot and monitor what happens. But that is it for me. Yes, tomorrow I will be live, same time. So I'm live usually 30 minutes before the New York Stock Exchange opens. So around 1 p.m. Ghana time, and yeah, 1 p.m. Ghana time and 9 a.m. New York time. I'm usually right on the live stream side. So we do pre-market analysis before the session opens. So I will catch you guys tomorrow. All right. Peace out. Make sure you join the Telegram if you want to learn. Link is in my bio. All right. Many thanks as well, G Classics. I'll see you guys. Okay. So YouTube fam, YouTube is the silent family. YouTube is just like lurking and watching what we're doing. Any questions? Any questions before we wrap it up? Yeah, no questions. All right, so we're good. I will catch you guys tomorrow, YouTube fam.